Hi, and welcome. My name is ZNSolo101 with another Minecraft tutorial. Today, I'll be going over some basic cobblestone generators to help get you started. This is mostly directed at a Skyblocks playthrough. Let's get started. Okay, first of all, to get started, a couple things to know is that when lava meets water, they make cobblestone. Some situations where you have to worry about if the water touches the lava source block, it's going to turn into obsidian, and if the lava touches the water source block, it's going to turn it into stone. So you have to be careful when making a cobblestone generator. So to get started, what we're going to do is you just start your island, and you're like, oh, I need some stuff. You have a tree and a couple of things, some ice, a bucket of lava, and maybe some tools depending on what you get. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go one space in front of the chest and dig down, dig over another space. I'm going to put the water block here, and I'm going to dig down one more space. So that my water flows over one and down one, so that it doesn't keep going, because water flows faster than lava flows. Every single time you break the block, it'll keep getting closer and closer to the lava until it turns into obsidian. So this way it will stop going right here. So this is where the cobblestone will be generated every time. Break this block and break this block. This is pretty much it. When you're first starting your island, this is the best, quickest way to get your generator online, is to put it right here. You don't want to put it near your tree, because you might burn some of you can cover this, but you might burn some stuff. There you go. There's your first cobblestone generator. Now, a few upgrades you can make to this. When you first start, if you make it in the right spot and make the water flow 2 spaces, you'll wind up on this here corner, which will give you a little bit of space to work with. So you can dig out this block, and this block, and this block. So now, all of the stuff that you mine will flow into your inventory. And it actually has quite a bit less loss. There you go. Now, if you start an island, this is the most efficient cobblestone generator that you can get started if you don't have any redstone or pistons or more lava and water. That's it. That's done. This is all you need for your cobblestone generator to get started on a Skyblocks. I'm going to make a couple more examples. This was just to show you how quick you can get started on a Skyblocks, and I already have enough cobblestone that I can start making this a little safer. At this here point, you'd be able to build your island big enough to make this for more than one person if you have 2 people on your island. Which I'm going to show an example for here in a couple minutes, is a couple of different generators. But when you first start your island, this is the easiest way to make it. And as you get going, you can just expand it by digging it out so that you can get more spaces here. Get more cobblestone at one time. But if you're starting your Skyblocks, this is how to get started. This is the first cobblestone generator that you should be making, and this here stream of water flowing into you, I find just absolutely beneficial. I find it helps with the loss. Not near as much goes into the lava. And well, one second while I go on my other world, and I'll show you a couple other examples. Okay, I have a couple of examples here because I do understand that cobblestone generators are not just for Skyblocks. There's a lot of reasons to have cobblestone generators. Like if you do not want to have a strip mine or destroy all the terrain around you just to get a simple resource like cobblestone generators are actually very efficient. You can't strip mine AFK, but you could sit at this your cobblestone generator, click your mouse on, and watch a couple of movies and have a few stacks of cobblestone generators. So they're actually pretty beneficial, not just for Skyblocks, but for any kind of survival game where you do not want to strip mine or just continuously mine whole bunches of stuff when you can just sit at something AFK for a little while and mine out some resources. So what I did was I built a couple of examples of ones that can be used in Skyblocks or vanilla. These are all redstone free. I didn't make any of these with redstone. If you have a bucket of water and a bucket of lava, you should be able to make this cobblestone generator with the cobblestone that you get out of the generator. Okay, this first example that I built, I left it like this for a couple of reasons, because I wanted to show the example of when you only build it one high. When you first start, it's fine in the skyblocks to only have it run in one space, but when you build it bigger, the water sometimes doesn't expand with it, so it won't quite work the same. So if I break this, what happens is this lava goes down onto the water, and I don't get the same result as where it works fine here. Now this would work if I put all source blocks of water here, but if you're starting in the sky blocks and only have one source of water, to spread out your water a little bit, all you need to do is just put it up one space, and the water will flow evenly out. And as long as you see the water touching this here block, you'll get cobblestone. So I left this example like this so that I could build this and show you. And when you're first starting, when you only have one flow, it's not too bad to get it. But when you get it so that you can build it 3, so this here is actually 6 by 5. So when you get to the size where you can build it a 6 by 5, building the water and dropping it one space spreads it out a lot better. And I just wanted to show that in my example. And there's a few other ones over here. If you want one that's 5 deep, I actually suggest placing the water in 2 spots, here and here, so that it will reach all the way across. Any more than this, and you have to worry about the lava, because the lava only flows 4 spaces. So after it flows this 1, 2, and then over here 3, if it has to flow here, I find it doesn't work. So if you're going to make this too big, you need more lava. So if you're limited, like in the skyblocks, to only 1 bucket of lava, you'd have to be careful not to build it any bigger than this. And this is the very first one. If you're worried about turning your lava into obsidian, if you're really nervous, you can always build it the same way on each side, so that the water falls one space and the lava falls one space before that it actually meets in the middle. All of these examples work in the skyblocks and in vanilla, and none of these here use any kind of redstone. The last example I have over here built is one if you start an island with 2 people and you only have 1 source block of lava. You can use this example right here to make it so that you can generate 2 cobblestone generators at the same time. So if I put these here blocks here, these blocks in here, put this water here and this water here, I have 2 cobblestone generators, and to stop the water flowing out, you can still use a sign. It'll stop the water from flowing past it. And there you go. A 2-person cobblestone generator. So if you start a skyblocks, if you only have 1 bucket of lava, this is a super efficient way before you have hoppers to make a cobblestone generator to have it for 2 people. I wouldn't use glass though. You have to be so careful. If you break that, it'll leak everywhere. I would use wood around the end and around your water, so you don't have to worry about breaking it with your pick. And the last example I have here is actually a lot of people are making cobblestone generators and turning their cobblestone into stone to make brickstone, when if you drop lava and force water to turn into the block instead of the lava turning into the block, all of these here, the lava comes over and turns into a block of cobblestone. But if you force the water into a solid block, it actually turns into stone. So if you drop lava down onto stone, you can actually get smooth stone, and it'll stop you from having to use all of your furnace resources to make like smooth stone. So if you have a silk touch pick, this would be a very efficient way to not have to use your furnace and your coal to turn all of your blocks into stone. So this would be a lot easier if you were making brick stone. Instead of having to mine it, turn it into stone, it just very inefficient. So if you're looking for stone, I'd get a silk touch pit with mending, and I would hit this here instead of an automatic cobblestone generator. So this actually gives you 2 blocks that you can get, and if you use pistons, you can make it so that you don't lose any. All of these here cobblestone generators do have a percentage of loss where the block will inevitably go in the lava. There's no way to stop it except for pushing it with a piston, so that when you break the block, it's not anywhere where it can hit the lava. Alright, I have a couple of examples over here. These are the footprint of the 3 cobblestone generators I suggest building before you have any kind of iron or redstone, or like if you have no resources or just want something quick and dirty that you can build. This is the footprint of each one. Now I'm going to go through and build each of these so that if you're struggling with a cobblestone generator, you'll be able to see how they're built. For anybody more experienced, I have these here quick examples so you can take a look. A lot of these are very easy to make and basically explain themselves. You have to make sure that the water doesn't flow too close or it'll turn the lava into obsidian. So as long as it's not touching the source block, you should be good. So you have to make sure you drop it one down before the lava flow. Alright, I'm just going to set this today. And I'm going to get started over here with this one here. First I do is I build the back wall. Up to, and I build this here wall up. Then what I need to do is I need to put 1 row right here, so the water will fall down. I put 3 rows up here, I guess. That's if you want it to fall down a space. I marked it on the floor so I'd be able to make sure that I got it in the right spot. I'm going to put this in as a placeholder. And then place the lava in. And then place the water over here. There you go. That's how quick that is. It doesn't take very many blocks. I didn't count them. I'm sorry about that. I should have actually made sure that I checked. But this is the one I would build if I was just starting a Skyblock server. This is very quick and very easy. Should cover that up. And then over here, I made this here example. If you're worried about turning your lava into obsidian, so right here the water's just very, very close. Even though I made it up one higher, if you made it down one low, it would be right beside. So what I do is I make one with a little bit more flow so that I don't have to worry about it near as much. Same thing, I always make sure I put this in here, down here, on the bottom. Okay, then I just want to go across here. And across here. And up here. So this here way, I find placing the water here or at the end. If you place it at the end, it doesn't get this here block. So you have to make sure that you place it in the middle. And if it's like this, all of the blocks should come right towards you. So when you put your lava in, There you go. Then if something messes up, you don't have to worry about it turning your lava into obsidian. And the last one is actually for 2 people. If you're playing and you have somebody else in your island, you only have to make a 9 space adjustment. This is only 9 spaces. 9 by 5 instead of a 6 by 5. Or a 7 by 7. Or a 5 by 7. So they're actually pretty small footprints. All of these are very small cobblestone generators. And when you're first starting your island, this could be fairly easy to expand your island to make this one here work from the one side. If you built the one side first, you'd be able to build the second side probably within 5 minutes of using it. It wouldn't take very much time. And this one's the same concept. You want the water to fall onto this here block. This one here is not a safe version either. If you mess up in this one here, it's probably gonna break your lava. Alright, you want to make sure that you put your lava in the middle. Make sure you get your glass in so the water doesn't go everywhere. And then put your water in. Now all of the flow does come out except for this here, these here end two seem to not come out very good. But this would only be temporary until you had hoppers. You would put the hoppers in place of that, of the water flow. There you go. A cobblestone generator for 2 people. This would make easy work if you were in a Skyblocks, or not even if you were in a survival and had a friend on with survival with you. This would make it so easy for you guys to sit there, or just yourself to sit there and AFK for a couple of hours to get all of the blocks you need in the game. And you can do the same concept, dropping the water straight down, or the lava straight down on top of the water and getting smooth stone. The concept for this here will work the exact same. If you have more water and more lava, it will make more stone. And if you have hoppers, it should actually turn the stone, or take the stone and actually get it before you lose it in the lava. But you're still going to have quite a bit of loss without pistons. If you want something that's 100% lossless, I would look at a couple of piston tutorials. But this is all I have today, guys. This is the cobblestone generator I would most use for Skyblocks, or if you need something quick and dirty, this is the one I would use. If you need to make stone instead of cobblestone, there's a good example here for you. I just wanted to thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, just leave it down in the comments below. Thanks again for watching, guys. Peace out.